Welcome back to the channel. My name's Adam Smith, and inside this game unboxing video today, an exciting one, Sniper Elite, the board game coming from Rebellion Unplugged, this one landing as part of the Wave 1 shipping from the most recent crowdfunding campaign. In this video, I'm going to take you through all the components that come inside the base box, and stay tuned to the channel and subscribe if you haven't already in order to enjoy more content for this one coming in the future in the form of gameplay. Sniper Elite, the board game, is a hidden movement game for 1 to 4 players where one player controls a sniper trying to infiltrate a location, complete objectives, and escape. The game combines stealth, tactical movement, and a unique bag building mechanic for combat. So without further ado, let's dive inside the box. I'll show you all the components up close. When you first crack open the box, you're going to find the main rules for Sniper Elite, the board game. Underneath of that, you'll find the solo-specific rules in a pamphlet, and it shows all the components used in this version. We'll go through both of these right now, and then after that, it gets into the punch boards. The first couple pages inside the main rulebook here has this on the left-hand side, a summary for the game itself, contents of this rulebook, and then on the right-hand side, the components all listed out. It states way up here in the top left, in the depths of World War II, Europe is on knife edge. One decisive battle can sway the course of the war. One key objective can decide the outcome of a battle. Moving on to the next couple pages, we have the setup here on the left-hand side. We'll certainly get into the details of this during the how to setup video in the future. And then we've got some talk about movement when you play as a sniper. As a sniper, you're going to be doing lots of shooting, and that's going to come from a shot bag full of tokens. It talks about all of this here, like hitting your target, revealing your position, misfires, and reloads. And then there's also a section around here affecting the shot bag in terms of what tokens are actually inside of it based on what's going on in the game. You've got looting going on, of course, and your aim is to complete your objectives. You'll be using a loadout that you have to help with this, and there's examples in this book. These pages focus on playing as a defender because if you're playing with multiple people around the game table, one person is a sniper and the rest of the defenders, the enemies, and they're controlling the enemy forces. Now, when you're playing solo, that's all going to be automated for you. You won't have to worry about this. These 2 pages cover the maps themselves you'll be inside of when you're playing as a sniper, so all the iconography here is listed out, as well as how the sectors and spaces all work as you go through gameplay. We're about halfway through the rulebook at this point on pages here 10 and 11. And as you'll be taking long-distance shots in most cases, line of sight is going to be very important. There's a whole section here around how line of sight works, illustrations as well. And then you've got the cards themselves for objectives, sniper loadout, defender specialist, and the shot bag being detailed out. There's illustrations throughout the booklet, and the use of white space is nice. It doesn't look like it's just pages and pages of paragraphs here. Things look nice and easy to read and also see. On the left-hand side, we have map breakdowns for each of the maps within the core box, and of course, inside the expansions, there's even more maps beyond this as well. Loadout cards here on the right, and that actually takes us to the final page, page 16, so we were even further through the rulebook than I thought. There's not a lot here to consume to be able to enjoy this one, which is awesome. This section here has tips for play for defenders and sniper. This is all about adjusting your difficulty, so as an experienced sniper, if you play through the game, you can come back at it with an increased difficulty, and that will also have an effect on the defenders being experienced as well. The next booklet here is going to be of high interest to the community. Here is the solo rules for Sniper Elite, the board game. It says, in this version of the game, you play as a lone sniper, taking on a set of automated defenders controlled by a small deck of cards. These rules are slightly different to the multiplayer version, but the components are largely the same. But if you want to know exactly which components you're going to use in this version, they're all listed out here on the right-hand side. All the rules of multiplayer game, line of sight, everything else applies as normal, but there are some differences between the 2 versions. And we'll, of course, get into more of this detail as we get into the gameplay videos, but here we can see a setup here for the solo side of the equation, the defender setup, sniper setup, objective setup, key concepts to keep in mind like health and hits, last known sector, possible objectives, and the snafu rule. And that rule is simply in place just to tell you that if you have multiple outcomes for a particular solo card, you're going to take the worst of them, and if they're all equal, then you just go about it randomly. Now, as you saw moments ago inside the main rulebook, we saw a section around the turn of the game for the sniper, movement, shooting, looting, completing objectives, that kind of thing. Everything on the solo side is specified right in here. These 2 pages focus on giving you additional information around the solo card terminology here because you might see certain keywords to go through play you want to know more about. So if you see the word closest, unguarded, scan, search, attack, deploy, things along those lines, you'll have full descriptions of them in this section. Assignment section up here mentioned, and it talks about the end of the game and taking hits as a summary. The final page of the solo rules on the very back has officer challenges. So once you've played through the solo mode several times, you might want to have some extra challenges thrown in, and you want to adjust the difficulty and just have some differences in play. This is going to do exactly that. Back inside the box, we got punchboards to go through as well as the game boards themselves, but I'll take them out for just a moment so you can actually see the insert underneath. A fully closed-in insert with space for cards. It looks like sleeved cards will have no problem inside of here as well, as there's additional space off to the side. We've got some baggies in here, some cubes, some player discs that go on the bottom of the miniatures, and of course the miniatures themselves. Now here's a look at the punchboard that was on top of the box. You'll also notice a solo defender and solo sniper reference token that you're going to be able to punch out and keep nearby as you play in a solo fashion. We'll go ahead and flip it over to the opposite side, as it has more information on the back side as well. It specifies for defenders and sniper on the opposite side. So really you have references for whichever mode of play you're going into, and of course the regular tokens for the game. Now let's take an up-close look at both sides of the double-sided game board. Back inside the box, I got the clear cover removed, and you can see all the miniatures now, as well as a pen here, a bag, a die, as well as some other components and cards. I'm going to show you all of these up close. And that, my friends, wraps up my game unboxing video for Sniper Elite, the board game coming from Rebellion Unplugged. Stay tuned to the channel and subscribe if you haven't already as we dive into gameplay in the future. And if you're not part of the Discord channel or the Facebook group, we'd love to have you in both or either of those communities as they grow of solo gamers, constantly discussing solo games out there and all the strategies, rules, and inquiries inside those groups. We'd love to have you there. Thanks again for watching. Let me know if you're excited for the upcoming gameplay for this one. And as always, keep on rolling solo.